Hello, and welcome to me bullying my middle school self. We were all once 13, and we were all once cringe, usually around the same time. And for me, my playlist proves that most of all. I thought it would be really fun to look through my playlist and make fun of it, because it's painfully bad. It's atrocious, and honestly, through re-listening, it is so much worse than I thought, and I knew it would be bad. So that's saying something. Over the last few days, I've studied it. I've listened to every song. I've taken notes on every single song. I've taken note of specific moments I thought were cringe, specific moments I thought were good. I've taken note of how I felt throughout the listening experience, throughout the process of listening to the 5-hour and 38-minute playlist that I used to call a friend. This is some footage of me doing that. Oh wow, look at him go, writing away. What a good little guy. Ooh, I don't think he liked that. I don't know what that was. That was probably from like a 21 Pilots song, because this was only the first 30 minutes of footage and a very small part of it at that. My roommates came in for the rest, so I couldn't record my entire listening experience, but yeah. Oh. What is, okay. Oh, okay. Alright. I think he's enjoying it a little too much. I don't know. Oh, wow. That was, yeah. Put your head down. My notes were instrumental in this process. I took about 20 pages of notes over the full 6-hour runtime of this playlist. And the first thing you'll notice about this playlist is it's organized into 3 major blocks of artists. And in those major blocks, I took cringe counts and this goes hard counts. Those meaning moments through this span of songs where I might have cringed at something, or a pattern, or a moment, or something that happened in the music, or a this goes hard moment, which is the opposite. It's a moment where I thought, wow, it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. And then I would do a little tally. There weren't many of those, guys. I'm gonna spoil that right now. But yeah, let's just get right into it, I think, because up first, you know him, you love him, you had him on your playlist, 21 Pilots. They are goofy. Like, I don't even know where to start. I think the first thing I have to talk about is the rapping. Tyler Joseph rapping has to be one of my least favorite things in the world now. I'm sorry. I could not believe how much I disliked it. How much my soul burned whenever he would start rapping. I could not. Wow. His voice is so whiny. Something about it just, like, I can't. I'm sorry. Tyler Joseph, if you're watching this, just, like, I think what you did on Trench, I didn't listen to the whole album, I'm sorry, but my Blood, at least, that song doesn't have any rapping, and it's a good song. It's a good song. You're doing better now, but every song that had rapping from back in the day, off Blurry Face, off Vessel, I just throw them in the trash. Just get them out. And there's no good rap on either of those albums. I'm sorry. 21 Pilots fans out there, reevaluate what you're doing, all right? Think about things better. Find a better artist. Just anything. Please. Thank you. And then the other thing I noticed, in contrast to the rap, is the quote-unquote dubstep. Dubstep's gonna be a major theme in this video, guys. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing when I was 13, but man, I ate that shit up. That electronic shit, I was like, nom nom nom. That was breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. Apparently, I didn't even remember any of this. I genuinely, I was like, oh yeah, this song's good. And I'd listen to it, and then it would just be like this rap verse that I hated, and then it would go into the corniest Geometry Dash type beat I've ever heard. Like, literally half the songs sounded like Dry Out from Geometry Dash. Real ones will know that reference, but dude, like, I couldn't believe it. The Car Radio, that song, when they're doing the big moment at the end of the song, the beat drop on that is so funny. It's so funny. I think I'm gonna insert a clip or something here, or I'll recreate it with my voice later in post to fully show you what I'm talking about, because I also don't want to get copyrighted this video. Music's very sensitive on YouTube, if you didn't know.
Now I just sit in silence.
But yeah, garbage, absolute shit. I could not stand anytime there was a dubstep breakdown. Well, I won't say that. There are times, there are This Goes Hard tallies that were for specifically a beat that went hard. And the beats that went hard, though few, they did exist. They did exist. I'm not going to say I hated every single Geometry Dash type beat. There were some that still were good enough. So take that as you will. Most of them, though, the general scheme of things, really did not like that thing I thought of. Was learning about them. I was trying to figure out how did I even get into them in the first place? Like, what was my first experience with them? And that was my stepbrother. I blame him for all of this. Dude, he came out one day. We were in the backyard. We were hanging out, and he comes up and he plays car radio in my ear, and I'm listening to that song, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so deep. And he's like, yeah, it's about suicide. And I was like, that's so crazy. That's so deep. That's so deep. This music is so complex and mature. I'm going to listen to this and feel better than everyone else. And that's exactly what I did, man. I'm not going to lie. I would walk into, this is the cringiest thing ever. I'd walk into school and I'd be like, yeah, they don't know him like I do. They don't know about mental illness like I do. They don't know Tyler Joseph like I do. Like, isn't that so dumb? I feel like that's a universal experience, at least in some sense. I feel like everyone, I'm not gonna say everyone, but a lot of people had some kind of phase where they listen to music and were like, yeah, I'm better than you, which is so goofy. Because 21 Pilots is not better than anyone else. I'd say they're actually worse than most people, and I'd say their community is worse than most communities. I will say, really quick about music communities, isn't that a weird thing? Isn't that a weird thing that 21 Pilots was able to do that? I did find a lot of lyrics that were like, my lyrics aren't for everyone, only some will understand. I butchered that, but lyrics aren't for everyone, only some will understand. That was off Message Man. And I actually, about that one, I remember specifically listening to that on a trip with my family. These are very deeply ingrained memories that were all unlocked through this process. I recommend going through your old playlists, guys. Don't listen to all of them. This was a horrible experience. Don't get me wrong. This was actually like soul crushing at certain parts, but we'll get to that later. But revisit some of those old songs you might hate, or revisit that person that you once were that you might hate, because I don't know, you might unlock some fun little memories, some fun little tidbits you can tell people. But this was a grind. This was a grind. Lyrics aren't for everyone, only some will understand. I remember listening to that line and being like, yeah, these lyrics aren't for everyone. I'm the only one who understands, or I'm like one of the few who understands this, and I'm like cooler than everyone else. And I remember thinking that while at the same time thinking, I don't know what these lyrics are about. Like, how did I live in both worlds? How is that possible? How is it, like, someone tell me, was I just like lying? I wasn't even telling people like, yeah, that's so deep, only I understand this. I was just saying that to myself, and I knew I was lying to myself, but I was like, yeah, I get some of the lyrics from other songs. It's so weird. But I feel like that came off in a weird way, because I think it spawned a bunch of kids who were fake going through it. I knew kids who faked it too. I was low-key one of them. I'm not gonna say I was one of them. I was a very happy kid, and I continued to be, but I remember listening to these lyrics and being like, yeah, I'm sad, but I wasn't actually sad. So it's kind of weird. It's a weird little thing that created. I'm wondering honestly if there's a word for that, or like some kind of like psychology behind that, or if there's any like, dude, if there's like a study of what 21 Pilots did to like 14-year-olds, I would love to read it. I need the data on that. I'm scared for our generation because of them. But other examples of what I'm talking about are like my people singing on Message Man. Some people and I have a really tough time getting through this life, so excuse us while we sing to the sky. That's on screen. Dude, that lyric is so cringe. I'm sorry. It just makes me think of a certain type of person, and that person is a 21 Pilots fan, and I just a crowd full of 21 Pilots fans singing, some people and I have a really tough time getting through this life, so excuse us while we sing to the sky. Ugh. Like, actually, I'm sorry. Like, I guess it's a good sentiment. It is. There are people who have a really hard time getting through this life. It's true. And there's people in this community that are like that. That's also true. But I just can't help but feeling like a lot of people are faking it. Because I was one of them and I knew a lot of people. I'm just saying. Guys, I'm going to need you to talk to me here. I might be totally miseducated. I might be, like, completely off base and, like, horrible. But, dude, this lyric is so cringe to me. It's so cringe. I can't even explain it. And then off the same song is, we're broken people. We're broken people. Yeah. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Creating a community off of that is weird. It's weird to me, and I can't explain why. I really do wish I could, but somewhere inside me, there's like a deep cut that's like, oh, this is wrong. Maybe it's just because I remember listening to this and being like, yeah, and I know I wasn't actually like, yeah. So I'm like, that like gives me the ick. I guess the real question of this video is are the songs cringe? Is the band cringe, or is it me? Was I cringe and that's making me feel like they're cringe? Sometimes to stay alive, you gotta kill your mind. He like laughs. He like does that little chuckle, that little Joker. That thing, you know? That kind of vibe. He does dude, this video is gonna suck. I hate it. I hate it when they get into that kind of vibe, that kind of groove. Plus this, remember, all of this is contrasted with bad rapping and bad Geometry Dash ass dubstep. Like, how did they get away with this? How did I like this? Guys, this was all on my playlist. Do not forget that. I'm not ripping on a band that I've never listened to. I'm ripping on a band that I loved. I'm ripping on songs that I adored and thought I understood on such a deep level and thought was so complex and like crazy and like cool. I don't even know where my head was at with this stuff. I can't believe it. I'm gonna do my Tyler Joseph impression. I know it's not. Guys, just bear with me here. Ready? I find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. Guys, that was actually really good. If you listen to 21 Pilots, that was a really good impression, and you can't lie. But do you hear how, like, that's the rapping, that's the whininess, and that's the lyrics. Like, they're so straightforward. And then, off Semi-Automatic, he leaves a lot. His name is Hope. Guys, we can't be doing that. We cannot justify this action. It's like, the full lyric is like, I have a friend, he leaves a lot, his name is Hope. That's so lame. It's so corny. Corny, that's the word I've been looking for. Corny! And then Not Today. This one's a contradiction because of how happy it sounds, but the lyrics are so down. No. But the lyrics are so down. Guys, when I tell you I went, oh brother, like every minute during this listening session, I mean it. I need to emphasize how hard this was for me. Sucked, guys, it sucked. Anyway, overall, 21 Pilots review. This is my notes. This is straight out the notes, guys. 14 tracks on this playlist. As you saw, 6 This Goes Hard moments total. 6. Through all 14 tracks. However many minutes that is, I didn't calculate that. But 6 This Goes Hard moments over 14 tracks works out to a 0.42 good moments per song, meaning I'd have to listen to 2, maybe 3 songs to find one good moment. Wow. One moment I liked. Can you believe I liked these songs so much and now now I like can't like them. That's weird. That's weird to me. I feel like things I like should be continuous. I don't know if it's the assigned meaning I have to them, or if it's them. Is it them? I don't know. I guess this is a really good signifier of people can change. People can change, guys. Seriously. And then 2.42 cringe moments per song. These are full negative. So most of the time, we're assuming neutrality here, guys. This is how the scale works, is we're assuming neutrality. Anytime it dips into cringe, it's dipping low, and that marks a cringe. And anytime it goes up, that marks a good moment. So this is 2.42 negative, hard negative feelings per song. That's ridiculous. That is so many. That does not only mean I don't like these songs anymore, but I dislike these songs, there's a big difference. I dislike these songs a lot. Like a lot. They're poopy. Alright, guys. The second group on my playlist, second section, the second block, we should say, had a 27 song run. Pretty big in my life, yeah? Now, I'm realizing that some of you may not know who they are. So I'm going to name a few songs that they've made. But if you are a person who enjoys cringe, you will know who they are. This is AJR. AJR. Just to give you an example of who they are as people, it's three brothers, and their names are Andrew, Jack, and Ryan. Notice anything? AJR. Oh, clever. Not the most generic thing ever. Not at all. What? So 27 songs on the playlist, including massively popular songs. Like their first big hit was I'm Ready. I'm Ready. Do you remember that song, guys? Do you remember that song? It was on the radio all the time. It's the one that goes, I'm ready. Ooh. I'm ready. I'm ready. Ooh. Oh. Do you feel it? That's enough of that. So my notes, let's talk about I'm Ready real quick. My notes for I'm Ready, just so you get an idea of how my notes felt throughout this whole thing. There's a lot. Like I said, 20 pages. It's a lot. I'm ready. I'm speechless that this song is real and was popular. Imagine being a one-hit wonder and that hit sucks. It actually is so annoying. Unbelievably tough. Listening to this song all the way through is torturous. This is not their worst song. Guys, this is not... Listen to me. Come here. Come real close. Come real close. This is not their worst song. If you thought I disliked 21 Pilots, you got... This is... Guys. Guys. This was horrible for me. Let's get into it. AJR made a bunch of songs. They made I'm Ready. They made Weak, the one that goes, I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm having hard with that. I'm weak. They made Won't You Help Me Sober Up? I wanna feel something again. Yeah, that song. They made We Gon' Burn the Whole House Down. They made that one. That was actually a really good impression of their fake trumpets that they use on so many songs. Guys, so many songs. They use the fake trumpets. I wish they wouldn't. I really wish they wouldn't. But they made a bunch of others. They've made a bunch of recent big hits. Bang, the one that goes, bang, 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 here we go. Now put your best on. These newer ones were not on my playlist. Oh, World's Smallest Violin. That one, dude. It was huge. It was everywhere on TikTok. So I'm gonna meet somebody soon. I'll blow up into smithereens and spew my tiny symphony all up and down. So let me play my hand to you. if you're noticing a pattern, they're all gimmicky as fuck. There's two types of music. There's two types of music that AJR creates. They're very distinct. One, they don't really have like, okay. How do I explain AJR? The best way I can explain AJR is they're making music for the people. They're making music for the biggest target demographic possible. And this makes them boring, cliche, annoying, and gimmicky, dude. Whoa there. Hold your horses, buddy. Just wanted to explain what I'm about to explain in the video here because I went a little too long on this part. I'm not gonna lie. I rambled on, like I yapped my little heart out for too long to explain such a simple little thing. So real quick, their music is just like the most generic song ever. It's just like super basic. And then the only thing that's like quote unquote special about it, like what they use to like get people's interest, is like a reference or a gimmick that like everyone can relate to, like The Office, like SpongeBob, like that little trumpet horn, the that they sample that, like it's constant. So yeah, back to the video, back to Past Me. Haha. I mean, they're speaking to everyone's interest. They're speaking to literally, they're just everyone, guys, just everyone. And it's that pursuit that makes them really bad, because all their songs are like listening to wet socks. It's just like, okay, you know? And then it makes it even more cringe when there's something in their songs that are like, that's like actually really bad, because they're trying so hard to be just like that much good, and they miss the mark so many times. I noticed, well, a lot of what I have on my playlist is their first 3 albums, because that was all that was out at the time. And those are like so weird. Their third album, The Click, is very like, it's cohesive. It's like a cohesive album, and that's fine. That's fine. That points for a cohesive album, I guess. But their first 2 albums, I think they're called Living Room, and I don't know, the album cover's like a weird sky thing. Those 2 albums, I don't know if they knew what they were doing. They like just kept shooting in the dark. They literally were like throwing stuff at the wall constantly. Every single song on these albums is either the most generic love song, the most generic pop song, the most generic inspiration song, the most generic like low-key rap song, the most generic like whatever. Any genre, you name it, they tried it. None of them worked. Guys, none of them worked. None of them worked. Wow. Okay. I'm going to get into a few of these songs. So, the archetypes of their music, the main ones on my playlist, were gimmicky party songs, which were like Bud Like You, Let the Games Begin, Thirsty, one of the worst songs of all time, I'm Ready, another one. And what I wrote about this type of song was, I underlined it here. AJR tries unbelievably hard to make good enough music for the Disney Channel idea of a college party. So, yeah, that's kind of how I felt about every time one of these songs played. They're like commercial music. They're like Disney Channel music. You'd hear them in like a bad movie about college. You'd hear them in like To All the Boys I Loved Before in like a party, and it's playing like EDM, guys. That's what kids like, I think. I don't know. Like that's kind of that's what they sound like. Because like every single one has a gimmick that like stands out enough to like be like, what was that? What? But then the rest of the song is just like, literally, guys, it could not get more basic. So they rely really hard on gimmicks. And then emphasis on mid, insecure love songs. Now this is another generic batch. It's like trying to be like One Direction type boy band music, but it's just not good at all. Unlike One Direction, because One Direction's awesome. And it also, a lot of these songs, may I mention, is draped in this thick ooze of insecurity. This layer that permeates every song they have is just like this insecurity about, I'm not good enough. My songs aren't gonna do well. Well, do you like me? And these songs are songs like 3 a.m., Growing Old on Bleecker Street, Buy You a Rose, Alice by the Hudson. They're all like snooze fests, dude. They're just snooze fests. Like, they're not bad. They're just songs. It's like if you told someone, if you said, okay, think of what a song sounds like. This is what comes up. This is like the kids' book version of what a song is. That's what I mean by Disney Channel movie. It's literally, guys, I just can't emphasize them enough how generic they are. Also, I would like to note, 3 a.m. has some of the worst whistling I've ever heard on a song. I was shocked. Like, it sounds horrible. It sounds like pitch corrected. It sounds like they couldn't whistle, so they pitch corrected it, which is, why would you do that? Just find someone who can whistle, or don't add it at all, because the whistling is not helping. It's not helping. It's really bad. Is on their song 3:30, which is very cringe. 3:30 is very cringe. It's like a song about making songs. Do you see what I mean by generic? Guys, please just let me know that I'm getting my point across here. It's bad. But 3:30 specifically, they make a song about making songs, and about he's like, one of the lyrics is, rappers they got it easy, because they can like say so much in like a verse, because they speak fast. But like, it's hard for me because I can't rap, so I can't say everything I want to say. But that's weird to me, because he's never made a statement in a song that's like, whoa, you have something to say. All of the songs they don't have anything to say. They're just like, kind of, here's a song. That's not good music, man. But one of the lyrics on that is like, the chorus is like, guys, don't skip, we're people too. Guys, please don't skip. Don't skip our song. We're just people just like you. That's not the lyrics, but it's almost the lyrics. Another thing they greatly suffer from is Geometry Dash and dubstep breakdowns. Once again, a horrible trend that I just loved for some reason back in the day. But one of those things that they do that AJR, or that 21 Pilots doesn't, is they very much make use of the that kind of dubstep, which they'll throw in like a baby noise sometimes, where it's like, or like they'll just do that all the time. They'll throw in like random little sprinkles of that kind of thing, and then they'll have like a baby noise in that, like a little baby sound. It sounds like it's like really pitched up, one of them going, and it, guys, that shit gets my goat. Guys, I really hate that. I couldn't believe how much I hated it. Like, every single song that happened in, which is most of them, it really pissed me off. All of this, think about everything I just said. Think about everything I just said about the dubstep, the insecurity, the midness of their love songs, and the terribleness of their party songs. Their extremely basic music all around. And they put their bio, the first line in their bio is redefining what pop can be in the 21st century. Redefining what pop can be in the 21st century. I don't think they've ever redefined anything. I don't think they've ever even defined anything. Like, they like pick a genre, guys. Literally, like, they're all over the place, and they don't even define themselves. It's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, it's funnier. It's even funnier that their names are Adam, Jack, and Ryan, and that their band name is AJR, and they make the most basic music ever. They're like the most basic group ever. It's actually, they should get an award for that. Do you know how much this man refers to himself as a kid or a little boy? Guys, why would you do that? It hurts. It hurt me so bad when I was listening to all this. And remember, I used to bump that shit constantly. I used to love it. Another one they have is Call My Dad, which is all about wanting to call their dad, but it's like a weird auto-tuned choir slam poetry song. So I don't really know where that one came from. Like I said, they're just trying everything. In Let the Games Begin, they say, I'ma be the kid for the win, let the games begin. And once again, calling himself a kid. And then in Buy You a Rose, he says, I'm just a boy. Dude, they gotta be like 25, 30. I actually never checked. Hold on. I was gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, yeah, oh, they made this in their like early 20s. They're still figuring out life. They made that in their late 20s. Actually, maybe 30s. Because right now they're all in their 30s. Well, I think one of them's like 27. That's like the oldest one right now. And turning back the clock, maybe a little like one early 20s, one mid 20s, one late 20s. I think that's how the math works out. But dude, like still, you can't be doing this at the level you do. Most other artists who do it, that's fine, like every once in a while. But the amount they did it in these songs, I could not fathom. I was like, wow. And then they also made songs about like being a kid, like when did all my friends get so loud? That's drama. Like, wow. Like that song is all about like drama and like gossip, and like that's a very like school thing to do. Is especially the way he sings it, I feel like, because he's saying when did all my friends get so loud, which is like early life. Maybe I'm just applying it to myself. Once again, guys, is it me or is it the band that's cringe? Guys, this is making me think. Are kids dumb? Are kids just dumb? Is that why all these like were hits? Or not hits, they were hits for me, but they still had a lot of listens. Are people just dumb? Like, are they too dumb to listen to music that's like slightly more complex than this? This feels so boiled down. And I wrote that in my notes like 20 times while listening to this. I literally wrote the words boiled down and underlined them over and over every song, because every song sounds like the most reduced version of what a song should be. Are people just dumb? Is that why this music exists? Because that's how it feels. That's how it feels. Okay, the last one, I guess we should continue our game. The last one is No Grass Today. This one's a hard one. He doesn't smoke weed, but it's okay if you do. He gives you permission. Isn't that a weird one, guys? This one breaks the trend a little, but in the worst way. This song is by far has to be the most pointless song in their discography, and they have some pointless ass songs, guys. Listen. Okay, so he says in this song, don't want to be paranoid, just want to be making noise. If you want to hit, that's your choice, but please enjoy the show. Like, why was this made? What compelled him to give them permission? It's so weird. It's so weird to make a song about like a centrist take. Right? Am I right or wrong here? It's so weird to make a song that's like, guys, I'm staying out of this. What? Why'd you even say that? Like, what? I don't, just stay out of it then. It's weird. It's weird. I'm not crazy, right? Here's another lyric. The audience, it flickers. They're lighting up like Christmas. Still, that green's not for me. It's so pointless. That's such a weird song. I also remember showing that song to my brother and being like, hey, you're gonna like it. It's cool because it's about weed. Didn't even understand the lyrics, I guess, because it's about him not wanting to smoke weed. And also my brother never smoked weed and thought that was really lame, so I don't know why I said that to him, but it didn't work. He really hated AJR, hated that I liked AJR, and I wish he told me why instead of just being mean to me about it. Because if he had told me why, maybe I would have seen it. Maybe I would have seen it back then, and I wouldn't have 27 of their worst songs on my playlist that I had to listen to for this goddamn video. Okay, the This Goes Hard to Cringe ratio, as I've mentioned many times, 27 tracks in my playlist, a shocking number, almost 30 if only I added a few more. 109 cringe moments. Broke the big 100, triple digits, baby, 109. That works out to 4.09 cringe moments per song on average, which is 4 times I really did not like their music per song. That is so many. Guys, that's so many. Like, wow. And then compared to the This Goes Hard moments, if there were a lot of This Goes Hard moments, maybe it would justify it, but I want you to guess. Submit your tallies. 27 songs. How many This Goes Hard moments in their discography I had on my playlist? In their little slice of life I had 27 songs. It should, like, like, think of a number that might be like, I used to absolutely love this band. I used to adore them. So there's got to be, like, some parts I liked, right? Some of your guesses. 3, 2, 1. 4. 4 This Goes Hard moments. Over 27 songs, I had 4 moments where I liked it a little. That's crazy. Guys, I used to love them. That's weird, right? People can change. That works out to 0.14 This Goes Hard moments per song, which means I'd have to listen to like 8 of their songs to find one moment where I go, yeah, that's good. And remember, every single one of those songs has 4 moments where I'm like, oh, God. Crazy. I have one more section left to tackle. And just like it's going to be the worst part of this recording process, it's going to be the worst part of the playlist. I cannot express enough how soul-crushing this music was to re-listen to in 2024. I literally... like it was heartbreaking. I felt tested as a human being listening to this music, thinking about how I used to listen to this music. I was from the very first song, I was just about it. Of course, this artist is Bo Burnham. And not new inside Bo Burnham. Remember, this was like 2015 or 2018. This is old Bo Burnham, and there's 17 tracks of it. So, guys, Bo Burnham made some of the worst music of all time. That's it. That's just flat out it. I kind of gave up on like real notes during this part because they all kind of blended together, and they kind of just made me want to put my head on my desk and cry. That's how I felt. Like, genuinely, during all of this. That's how I felt. Every time he raps, like on Bofo's show and like I'm Bo-Yo, I don't even want to talk about those. I don't even want to like talk about those. Also, real quick on Bofo's show, he like comments on the rap industry and is like, all these other rappers are misogynistic and blah blah blah, which is such a common L take. It's such like a lame, cringe take to have. It'd be like, oh yeah, all these rappers ever talk about is offensive stuff. All these rappers ever do is talk about how much money and drugs and women they have, which is like true for some rappers, obviously, but boiling rap down to that as a genre is like one of the most annoying and racist things you can do, honestly. A lot of the time it is like a racist thing you can do. So it kind of was really frustrating that this music existed. But yeah, the rapping was really bad. Like, on it, just kind of everything about it was really bad. It's very 14-year-old boy comedy. I liked it because it was edgy, but also was like kind of smart. It was like kind of nerdy for the smarter little boys out there, which is goofy as hell. And I felt superior to people because I got some of the jokes he made, and now I just feel stupid. And I can't believe this was on my playlist, guys. Probably one of the worst parts of all this is the amount of slurs he drops constantly as like edgy humor. I can't stand that type of humor anymore. It's like actually painful whenever I hear someone just dropping slurs and thinking it's funny. Like, I kind of just want to like punch my monitor if I see someone do that online, and I want to punch the person in the face when I see a person do that in person, because it's honestly the lowest form of comedy. And I wish I didn't like it when I was younger, but I can't take it back. So let's get into the stats here. 17 tracks, 150 cringe moments, which works out to 8.82 cringe moments per song, shattering the other two. This was a cringe moment for pretty much everything he did. Every single part of these songs just was utterly horrible. Honestly, there were times where I'd hear something that was so bad and made me so angry that I put like just 10 tick marks. This is not a perfect system, but it's representative of how I felt. out of all 17 tracks, only 2 This Goes Hard moments, which is a 0.11 average, so 10 songs per good. And then I thought I should add a funny counter because he is a comedian after all, and that was 20. 20 funny moments, which is a 1.1 funny moments per song, which is true. He makes a lot of jokes in these songs, and it's bound that one of them hits from time to time. Actually, like, even though a lot of these songs are kind of dumb, he has like a song that's like ironic, and it's like just things that are ironic, like funny ironic things. And then Sad is like one of the really good ones from this time. I actually liked Sad, kind of. I thought it was a funny song as a comedy song. I would real quick side note here. I don't know what I was doing back in the day. I don't know why I just had 17 comedy songs on a playlist with actual music. Really weird for me to do that. But yeah, I thought Sad was kind of funny. If I had a comedy songs playlist, I would put that on there because it's kind of funny. But a lot of it is that kind of millennial cringe 14-year-old humor, and if you really want a painful, abysmal, atrocious listen, if you're like a masochist or something, just go through, listen to his first 3 albums, enjoy, just enjoy, soak it in, because there's some really tough ones. I do think a lot of the cringe came from my own personal experiences and associations with these songs. I will say that right now. If you're any of the artists mentioned in this video, don't take it as such a big personal attack on your art. We were growing together. I was a 13-year-old boy. I listened to your music. I really liked it, and I'm sure neither of us like it as much anymore. Let me know, guys. Let me know if I'm right, because I think I know 21 Pilots has done better since that, and I know Burnham has done better since that. I haven't listened to the new AJR stuff. Still sounds gimmicky as hell, but maybe it's not as bad. Let me know if you want some album reviews. I won't be as much of a hater, maybe. But because what I mean is a lot of this is from my own cringe with myself, my own self-annoyance that I liked this so much and thought I was better than other people while I listened to it. It's so stupid. Welcome to the end of the video. Even though it doesn't look like it in that last clip, I did have a lot of fun listening to all the songs on this playlist and recording that whole talk about the songs on this playlist. This is the first video I've ever done this style, so I just wanted to, I don't know, talk for a long time about something and like edit and like make a polished product for once, because if you watch my other videos, all 180 of you that might, you know that I'm not a polished product kind of guy so far in my YouTube journey. So for a little funsies, because it got a little negative there at the end. I went a little crazy. I was really running out of gas overall, just because of him. I want to go through some of the other honorable mentions, I'm calling them, on the playlist itself. This is the one. This is my name here. We got American Idiot by Green Day. That was my first concert, fun fact. Some Offspring. Come on now. This song, dude, actually fire. I rediscovered this song because of this listen, which is sick. Which is so sick. I would have never came back to this song if not for that. This is like the foreshadowing to what's to come. Are You Mine? Great song. Say Amen. Goofy Goober Rock. Without Me, I Don't Dance. Bop to the Top from High School Musical, obviously. Fucked with an Anchor. This song is just a lot of bad words in a song, and I thought that was really funny because I was a young little guy, dude. I was like 13, man. Give me a break. We got Gives You Hell by All American Rejects. All Time Low by John Bellion. Dude, I didn't like that song when I was younger. I did not like that. I did not like All Time Low. It was literally only on my playlist because I didn't know how to delete songs, I think. This isn't an excuse. If this was an excuse, I would say that about the whole playlist. But it's true. I specifically hated All Time Low as soon as I added it, and that's because of one of the first lyrics is it's why I'm alone and masturbate. And that was like a cringe fest even when I was 13, dude. So I did have some standards. They just weren't very good. I'm a Bee, Black Eyed Peas, Airplanes, parts 1 and 2, for some reason. I think I found my old iPod at this time, and I like was listening to some of the songs on there, and I was like, oh shit, wow, these are bangers. I should add this to my playlist. So I did. Gold Digger, Mamma Mia. This song was like a meme song. I had a little moment back in the day, and I just don't like it anymore. It was like weirdly one of the cringier songs on this playlist for me. Don't really know why. Maybe I have like some horrible memory connected to it. This is really funny. This is like, I didn't even get to listen to this one because apparently it was worse than all these other ones, which are horrible. So that's crazy. My Blood is actually a very good 21 Pilots song, so shout out you guys. PewDiePie, yeah, I mean, come on. I was part of the sub war back then, dude. I was a general. I had like a sweater. I was like endorsing them. I'd walk around school and be like, sub to PewDiePie, guys. Do you know about this? Are you guys? I was like a petitioner for like the climate, but just for PewDiePie. When I was like 12 for some reason. I don't know how he converted so many like little minions back then, but he did. Hooked on a Feeling. Ooga chaka. That's literally me. Crank That. This is my alarm. This is my alarm to get up in the morning. Which, if you don't know the beginning of the song, it goes, you, Soulja Boy, tell him. And that's awesome. I hate this song now because I ruined it for myself, like really bad. But I liked it back then, apparently. Under Pressure, good song. Sunflower, good song. Baby I'm Yours. This was a meme song, but it's a good song. Sicko Mode, good song. Meme song, once again. You Give Love a Bad Name. I literally just heard the shot through the heart part, and I was like, okay, hooked. This is on my playlist now. So weird. I can't believe I used to build playlists like this. I would just like one part of a song and add it. I'd like literally like 12 seconds of a song and add it. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I Will Survive. Come Along. This one had a moment. This might be an unlocked memory for you guys, so go listen to this one because this one, like, everyone remembers. I don't know if everyone remembers this song, but a lot of people should remember this song. Congratulations, another PewDiePie song. This one had some crazy disses. Wow. On the re-listen. This one's kind of racist. Not gonna lie, this one's pretty racist. But this one is like, this one goes hard. Faucet Failure. Just a great song to round out the playlist, honestly. Just, it's like the perfect like summary for who I was as a person is Faucet Failure. So, that's the playlist. This is Norfus Borges. One of the worst playlists, I think. Probably the worst playlist I think I have. It is like, oh, it like haunted me for a long time, and that's why I wanted to make this video because, man, I just, it just grosses me out. I think it just grosses me out a little. But thank you so much for watching. Once again, like and subscribe if you aren't. If you like this, I am putting a ton of effort into this video, and I will be in the future too. I really want to do well on here. I love YouTube. I love making YouTube videos. I love talking, guys. Can you tell that I love talking? So I want to do it more, and I want to talk to more people because it's fun. I like sharing opinions. I want to hear your opinions. As always, on things I like, on things I don't like, I always say I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear them now, guys. If you're a 21 Pilots fan, if you're an AJR fan still, if you're a old Bo Burnham fan, like I'm not gonna say like, oh, you're awesome, but I will say like I want to hear your opinion. Like, you're still valued here, and I want to know what you think. I want to see if you have any big defenses for these things. I want to see if you agree with me, disagree with me. Let me know, okay, guys? Because you know, I can't be the only one talking here. I talk so much, you know. So, thank you so much. If I had patrons, they would scroll here. But I don't have a Patreon or patrons, and I probably won't start one for a really long time. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Sorry for the cluttered space. I live in a dorm room, so yeah. Thanks for watching.